Morning, coming up to 6:30 now. And you're watching Breakfast with Sally Nugent and John Kay.
Let's return now to the government's plan to overhaul primary care in England with hundreds of millions of pounds to help community pharmacists to treat more common conditions and improve GPs' phone systems.
Yes, some primary care leaders have already expressed concern that it doesn't tackle the most pressing issue of staff shortages. Jay, should we start with the pharmacy side of things? The government's saying that they want pharmacies to pick up more of the work with patients so they don't have to go to the GPs all the time. Does that make sense to you on the front line of pharmacy?
It absolutely does make sense to me on the front line of pharmacy. I mean, for a long time, we actually have been doing that, albeit unfunded and unpaid in the process. Our pharmacies are fantastic with regards to access, and we do have a highly skilled workforce. So again, not taking advantage of those two assets, would be ludicrous. And in this case, it's a good step forward.
But you say unpaid. Reading between the lines, I'm thinking that you're saying that there has to be a change in that if this is going to work effectively. You're going to do more.
Oh, there absolutely must be a change in this for this to be working effectively. I mean, our pharmacies and all pharmacies are chronically underfunded. We've had a 30% reduction in funding over the last 5 years. And in addition to that, we've just seen unprecedented amounts of an increase in workload in terms of people walking through the doors as other parts of the network shut down.
So what are you actually looking for from the government? We've got the broad details of what they're announcing today, but what would you hope that they would be providing for you as pharmacies to make this work?
Well, culturally, I think we want them to see us as a solution to this problem. In addition to that, whilst we're waiting for the details of the service, we want to know how much we are going to be funded for this, because again, pharmacy is in a really precarious state at the moment. And we also want to know what is entailed in order to deliver these new services. But we want them to know that the capabilities of our teams is definitely there. And the willingness for us to want to do this is there. We've been asking for a funded pharmacy first scheme for a long, long time. Whilst we're hearing some noises today, we really want to see what the details of this new services entails.
Jay, you're saying you're already providing the kind of frontline help as a pharmacy to patients that the government's talking about as well. So for somebody waking up this morning, hearing about this government announcement, thinking, how is this going to help me? Am I going to get the treatment I need sooner and better? Are they? Are they going to see change?
Again, it depends on how fast the services are rolled out and negotiated and the funds flow through the system. But again, I can absolutely assure you that the capabilities of pharmacy to be able to deliver this is there. The willingness to want to do it is there. And the trust, our patients have always had a high level of trust with their pharmacy teams and their pharmacists, many of which have served the same members of families for generations in a locality. So we have all of the pieces of the puzzle there. It just needs to be joined up and it needs to be enabled. And if that is to be true, then they will be able to expect a new service and high levels of service.
I wonder if people might worry a little bit that they have to go and see the pharmacist about something, and maybe without a full examination that they might get from the GP, that crucial things might be missed. How can you reassure them on that?
Pharmacists are highly skilled professionals. And in addition to that, more recently, we're seeing tools available in pharmacy which really can help with the diagnosis of conditions. We've got blood pressure testing rolled out across many pharmacies across the country. We've also looking at advanced diagnostics wherever possible to use those. So again, we do have the skills and the tools. And wherever possible, we will always refer up the line to a more suitable location or professional for those patients to be triaged to. So again, when we're not the egos aren't there for us to say we know everything, but we will be able to actually filter and guide the patients to the right place. But if there isn't access in the first place, in many cases there isn't into the health network, there is no choice. We have to get them into pharmacy and we have to see them appropriately.